Okay, I'm kind of back for however long I can be. This phone's gonna die pretty soon. The internet issues is another example of the interference going on in my life and affecting my ability to make money. They rig the game in their favor and then say, oh, I don't know why she's like this. Well, they're intentionally messing with me. And while I was gone, I had another prime example of how my communications through my phone never seemed to get to me. They've been redirecting my phone. They've been messing with my electronics to rig the game in their favor. And then, try and look like they're innocent and they aren't doing anything. So I don't know. I'm not sure why the chat's not popping up the way it's supposed to. For me, anyway. I don't know. It wouldn't have been so bad, except my kitty, during that time while I was gone, I accidentally slammed my kitty's tail in the door. So I was already having a hard time. I'm already stressed out, and then my kitty got his tail slammed in the door. So I'm not doing okay. I keep trying to get out here and make a living and make a life and make a business, and I'm constantly being shut down. Anywho. Okay, well, I'm gonna get in, just pull some cards, because I'm not sure, man. Like, his tail where it got caught, like, definitely looked different, and I was like, fuck, like, and he's walking around kind of upset about it, so I'm hoping that, like, his tail is okay, and that he's just gonna sit down and take care of himself for a minute. It is just another prime example of shit being thrown at me to try and knock me off course. I mean, the attacks come to me, they come to my animals. I don't know. So fucking tired. Just so fucking tired. I'm so tired of people hurting me, hurting my animals, hurting my kids, because they think it's fucking funny. It's not funny. Like I was kind of rambling on about, it's like they intentionally shut me down so I can't make money, so I can't get clients, and of course my phone's gonna die pretty fucking soon, so I will be in as long as I can. Anyway, all of this is centered around a King of Cups, which is very much true for my story. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, masculine that's being stupid. That's true. So let's see what cards we can pull on that. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. There's information coming in. It has to do with the devil, addictions, cycles, and justice. So there's justice coming through, and that is very much my story right there, is dealing with the King of Cups and addictions, and there's messages coming in, but there will be justice. So I don't know, hurting my cat makes me incredibly upset. And like I say, I've had a lot of spell work. I've actually lost a cat because people were sending me spell work. The irony is, because she passed in the physical, she's now my buddy that I astral travel and project with. Seven of Cups, there were too many options, too many people in the kitchen trying to cause problems. Okay. Ooh, Eight of Swords, getting out of that mental imprisonment. It's bringing in a financial abundance, a financial offer. A big one, because justice is being served, and it's been too long, too much. Okay, Magician, using everything to alchemize the path that we need forward. That is the beauty of the Magician. They're called, you know, the master manifestor, the master manipulator, but they really do use every piece in their environment. There's endings that have to come, though. Death. So again, heavy Scorpio energy. There has to be an end for there to be a new beginning, because after that comes emotional cup of love. So, yes, let's put those back in the deck. Let's see if there's anything else that needs to be said about it. Just again, the Magician, taking everything that we're given and using it to build the empire. Nine of Cups. There have been petty, immature emotions that have been holding us back, needing to grow up. Stop. Okay, so the Creator. This is what Abel feels about the Creator. Bobby Lowe started that little fun adventure. The creator of the games, this is how we feel about it, right? Like, fuck that. If you're gonna rig the games to be in your favor, fuck all the way off. You can't tell I'm really pissed off right now because I've fucking had it. Like, I don't know how much I'm supposed to do or endure or anything. Like, they really are trying to starve me out and then say, oh, I didn't do that. My phone has been under the control of other people for over 2 years, and no matter how much I try to get that fixed, can't get it done. So I've missed a lot of phone calls, messages, texts. I've had a lot of technological problems so that I can't actually get my business up and lucrative or running because somebody else always has their hand in my pot because they want what I have, or they're jealous that I'm supposed to be living a big life. Like, the problem with a lot of my exes, actually, is the fact of when I left and I said, hey, this is what your path is going to be, instead of them actually realizing like they fucked up and they needed to do better, they went on and did the exact same thing. So it was like he was mad that, you know, because he can't lose ever. He can't ever lose, but yet he was doing the things that were going to make him lose. He couldn't bother to see me winning. I don't give two fucks. Like, just let me move on with my fucking life so that I can live happily. Like, he stalls my career, my progression. He interferes in my love life. Yet he's over here married with a family and his career's good. Like, can he just leave me the fuck alone so I can live my life in peace? Like, he chose his life. He's happy in it. So please let me be to live my life. But my kids, though, buy into that. They're super upset or jealous the fact that I could potentially be having a good life when they bought into his life, and they want that. So get your nose out of my life. I don't know if that rant makes any sense, but goddamn, like, he's supposedly living his best life, so why is my life constantly being interfered with because of this jackass? Like, he's so happy, so why can't I make money? Why can't I find love? Why can't I be happy? It was like my relationship with my kids. Like, he didn't want me to be a parent at all, so he completely tanked that so that he could be the better parent. It's like, okay, well, that was just tired. I'm fucking over it. I wish they would have gotten a clue. Like, didn't have to be like this. Three of Swords, again, betrayals, heartbreaks, too many people, too much deception, and I tried to get away from that. Like, I cut off everyone from my past life so that I could be free, and yet there's still fucking around in mine. Like, people need to grow the fuck up. Alright, well, you know what? I'll be crying out laugh later because I'll be rolling in the fucking dough. Just frustrated. Mordecai, I think this goes back to, remember how I was talking about, like, I'm eating, sleepy, grumpy, growing really because I'm getting ready to go through another spiritual growth because this motherfucker can't seem to get his hand off of me, so I apparently just have to grow so much bigger than him and expand upon. The problem is I wish he had just actually done the right thing. It didn't have to be like this. It didn't. And I gave him the game plan to make it different than that. Yet, he's still, like, he's illiterate and can't follow the manual. And I'm like, I don't know. I guess here's that viewpoint, is if he were so happy in his life, he wouldn't need to interfere in mine. Okay. So I guess it just don't make sense. All right. Okay, Seven of Wands, putting in the work. Seven of Wands, putting in the work. Five of Cups, being left out in the cold. Ten of Swords, every sword in the back. Needs to change. I've been trying to change it on my end, but I can't seem to get other people to get out of the energy, so I don't know. That is the challenge. He's keeping up appearances and saying his life's so great and he's so happy, so, but if that were the case, he wouldn't be all up in my business. He wouldn't be all up in trying to ruin me if he were so happy. Of course, that was the other part that I had said to him, is that, you know, his lifelong childhood dream was to be a pilot, yet he couldn't stay sober to go to work. And it was like, if you were so happy, you wouldn't need to be drinking so much alcohol to be able to do the thing that you love. So quit lying to yourself. Quit lying to me. If you were so happy, you wouldn't need alcohol to be able to deal with that. Mama, where are you, sir? I thought Milo would come around. Okay. Knight of Swords, using swift, decisive motion to cut through the bullshit, and the Hermit, going within. That is a prime example. When shit gets really heavy, go within. Seek the light within, because seeking it outside apparently doesn't work. And like I say, my phone is down to less than 20%. I may try and come in later. This may be just how this ends today. Like, it's been a really shitacular week since Friday. Like, I feel like there were some really good streams Friday. There's a lot of good energy flow. And then since then, there's been a lot of chaos, confusion, tampering from outside sources. So, I don't know. I guess it's that whole point of knowing when to hermit myself. Like, that may be my point, to say, you know what, it's time to just focus on this shit for me. I don't know. It's also having to do with Queen of Wands. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine. And that's true to my case. I have too many Queen of Wands and trying to cause problems in my life because, again, they can't find happiness in their own life. I had said about how my kids, like, they get mad and they get jealous because they claim I'm living my best life, yet if they were so happy in their life, they wouldn't be focused on me at all. And they would be happy in their life, but they can't seem to be, so confusing. I guess it goes back to energy doesn't lie, is that if you were so happy, you wouldn't be energetically in my place, like trying to steal my shit. The Tower, Scorpio, must fall. That tower must fall. It all has to come down. It was all faulty foundation. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, 7 of Wands. Too much fighting, too many options, too much passion. Putting in the work, just not really getting the results. Knight of Swords, again, moving forward. Just swift motion. Hermit, going within. Ten of Swords, getting up, taking every sword out of that back and saying, you know what, screw you guys, I'm going home. The Tower, falling. All of it must fall. All of it must go. I can't withstand what it's been doing, so I don't know. Queen of Wands again for confirmation. 5 of Cups, being left out in the cold. Ace of Coins, getting that financial abundance, prosperity. You know, I always have weird synchronicities that pop out like that, so you know that it's relevant. I never watched South Park, but I mean, I know enough about it. And then, like, you know, my tattoo artist, which actually I feel my tattoo artist pulling on me today. I felt him pulling on me. He likes to put on South Park when I go in to get tattooed. And I'm like, I've never really liked South Park. I was more like Beavis and Butthead. Of course, from the age of 15 up until today, I've always had some form of dependence to take care of. So when people are like, did you ever watch this show? And I'm like, dude, I was too busy trying to survive and take care of everyone else. Because at the age of 15, I was given 3 little kids that weren't mine to help try and raise. So I missed out on a lot of pop culture, TV, movie references because I was too busy taking care of kids. That ended up turning over and selling me out anyway. Like, all those kids that I raised turned around and stabbed me in the back. I'm like, be so fucking for real. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to read the text that my son sent me and how awful it was. I'm like, yeah. Because, you know, for that kid, I was a single mom raising him by myself, put myself through x-ray school, never had help from his dad, didn't hardly have any help from, like, my family, even though they forced me to have him, and then he turned around and told me what a piece of shit I was, and then supported the abusers. So I'm like, yeah, you, there's a special place in hell for that. 5 of Cups, being emotionally left out in the cold. Okay, 2 of Coins. We are bringing in those financial balance. We're bringing it into Q. Knight of Cups, again, those emotions, those immature emotions that really is like petty energy. And the Tower, also water, also emotions. Everything must go. Love that that's all repeating. Let's see if we can pull into another deck and see what comes out there. See if there's any confirmations there. Mordecai, can you tell that this is how I get, have a good rest. Have a good rest. Mordecai, can you see where I said how, I do like Hunger Games style, where it's like if the table's rigged and there's no win, I will just completely pull the plug on everything. My energy since coming back is pretty pissed off. And I'm sorry, that's not meant for you guys in particular. It's just an example of some of the fuck shit that's going on and how it affects how I show up in the world. And I hate it. Anyhow. Okay, let's see that's exactly what happens. Like I say, like I had to pull the plug on some of that energy because I got rigged again. I know this all sounds conspiracy theory, except for it's that whole, this is a cycle. This is repetitive. Like, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. This is like the 105th, and no matter what I do, it doesn't end. Or if I pivot, then something else goes horribly awry. Like, while I was on that little break there, like I say, I received a phone call, but no voicemail, and I never actually get the messages. And the problem is like, do you know how many cards I've handed out to clients and I never get their message because my calls are being redirected? An example of that redirection is I was getting calls from a certain institution, and during that time, my family had opened a CPS case against me. I had no idea. The only way I found out was because I received a mail letter to my house, which they weren't even supposed to have my address because my family wasn't supposed to have my address, right? But they somehow did. But there was a CPS claim on me that was filed and closed. And the only way I learned that it was closed was because I got that letter. And when I got that letter, I called the guy, and he's like, yeah, I called you, and I left voicemails. Or no, he said he didn't. He said he couldn't leave voicemails, which wasn't true because at the time I was getting calls from other institutions in that place. And I was getting voicemails. Like, they were calling me daily. So all of the stuff that, like, I need to be getting the information on, I'm not getting the info. Like I say, I can't even tell you how many cards I've handed out to clients and I never get a call. And people say, oh, life's not fair. Well, no. Not when they rig the game. It's like they say ask for help, but when you ask for help, they don't actually help you. They just look at you like you're an idiot and they make your life harder. And it's like, okay, well, that's me having a hard time. Two of Pentacles. We're balancing our Pentacles. I love that it came out in both decks. Let's see what other information we get out of this deck. Five of Wands, it having a change, it needing a change. Queen of Swords, sitting in that embodiment of cutting anything off that doesn't serve our highest good. A Ten of Pentacles, it's going to be building our finances. And then Son of Cups, so this is the same as Knight of Cups. Those immature emotions have been in the background playing too long. Once we cut it off, once we say no more, and then we bring in that financial abundance, happiness, stability. Ten of Cups was in there, bringing in emotional stability, fulfillment. Two of Wands, balancing those passions. Well, that's also, Mordecai, why I like pulling from different decks, because when the same cards come out in different decks, then maybe what I'm speaking on actually is true. Because it's like, if the energy is repeating, because, I mean, you see, I can pick up a different deck. We can do a third deck just for confirmation. I mean, you watch me shuffle them, right? So it's, and you watch them fly out, so it's not like I'm pre-picking them. It's like, whatever's coming out is coming out kind of thing. Okay, so Four of Pentacles came out on this one at least. So that's Four of Pentacles. Like, we've been sitting in that financial instability, that lack. We're holding on to every pentacle because we don't know when the next pentacle is coming. These two that flew out, Ace of Swords. So using that logical discernment to cut away. Yeah, to cut away. And we saw Ace of Swords in at least the other deck a few times. So Ace of Swords, using that intuition to cut away. The Moon, there's been secrets, deception, lies. I can let's switch decks really quick just to see The devil came out. So the devil's coming out. It's come out before, right? You know, this is all when people say, oh, cards aren't nothing or you don't know shit. Well, you know, I can pick up 3 different decks and still get the same fucking cards. So I know that that's just... Okay, so 7 of Swords. There's been deception, betrayals, heartbreak, lies, lies, lies. 3 of Pentacles. Our financials have been imbalanced. So, yeah. I don't know. Like I say, I'm flipping back and forth between decks now. So this is 9 of Wands, having to put down those burdens. We're done. We can't carry them anymore. We have to use them to pave our success in our ways. 6 of Pentacles, we are balancing our finances. We're starting to figure out what we do and don't want. Ace of Wands, I'm going to put that one back in the deck, but Ace of Wands, ooh, that just did something weird to my hand. That didn't feel good. That did not feel good. Okay. The Fool, going out on a new path, being willing to try something different to get different results. 5 of Pentacles, it's put our finances in imbalance. All this tomfool fuckery with the wrong people, putting our finances in imbalance. Let's see. Yeah, Mordecai, like I say, I really do feel like I like having so many multiple decks, because then it's like, okay, if it's coming out in 3 different decks, the same information, the same energy, that's because that's what's present and that's what's in the atmosphere. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like, if I can pick up any different deck and they all have the same info that comes out. Okay, the Devil. And this one, so this one was on the bottom. I was like, I'm going to put it back in because I don't want to call that out. I want to pull it out again. Like, we've already seen it. We already know it's there. But, you know, just for confirmation. Yeah, no, it always does. But then people say I don't know what I'm talking about or I don't know shit, right? So in these decks, there's 78 cards in each tarot deck. I mean, some have more, some have less. But the standard is 78. So if I'm shuffling through 3 different decks, and we're getting the Devil every time out of 78 cards. And like, so when people say it's not real or I don't believe it, okay, you don't have to, but I can pick up this deck. I can pick up this deck. I can pick up this deck. I can go in a different place and get a different deck and it still comes out the same. And you've watched me enough to know that it's like a continuum. It's not just a fluke. It's not like a once-off. It's like continual. Like, it happens with me often. So when people say, oh, you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're talking about, I don't. Because I can get consistent results constantly. I mean, obviously, yes, not every deck is always the same, but it's like when you get that recurrent theme in each of the decks, it's not a fluke. I'm sure I can always pull out that other tarot deck that I had, but, you know, to do a 3rd deck with all these cards. But these were just, I mean, because I was in the earlier deck. But these cards coming out again in this deck, you know, I need people to start giving me my dues, where my dues are due. Yeah. Yeah. 9 of Wands. Putting down those heavy burdens. And how many times do you see me put those cards back into the deck and then watch them come flying out again from the same deck? And again, 78 cards. Like, I know you always see me holding the stack, but like, the chance that I get the exact same cards when I'm flipping and you see them fly out. So I'm just... I'm annoyed. Yeah. Okay. So I am at 6%. I'll keep going for just a little bit longer, but If my phone dies, you know why. And like I say, I may or may not come back later. I don't even know. I'm just over it right now. And that's the other part. I'm constantly evolving and changing because people are trying to mimic me. And by the time they catch up to what I'm onto, I've already evolved into the next thing. I know I talked about my friend who demonized me. This was the teacher who she demonized me. She let that enemy into my house. And then she tried telling me this was the teacher that was accused of abuse. And then over a year later, she tried telling me that she had a dream where she talked to God. It was like she was trying to mimic my style. But by the time she had come back to talk to me, I had already way evolved past that. And she wasn't even telling me the right things. Like, she wasn't even saying the right things. I was like, I know you're a bullshit liar. But it took you so long to be able to try to mimic a bullshit lie to try to fool me, and you couldn't. So, I don't know. I'm just... I'm tired of being fucked with by people that, again, shouldn't be fucking around. Okay, on the bottom, justice. So we're going to say Libra energy, justice. It's all coming to an end. Let's see what else we have to say about all that. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. So 9 of Pentacles, our money is right. We're getting there. It just... That's coming off of justice. That money is getting there. Okay. The sun will come out tomorrow. 6 of Wands, we are balancing, we're getting rid of the passions that are not serving us. And 7 of Wands, all those options, all those choices, we're picking the right flame. Okay. That is the other thing, Mordecai, since you watch me often enough, how often do you see cards fly out? Just fly out. Like, just, yeah, they're confirmations or repeaters. Like, yeah. Yeah, how many people still call me fake or fraud or phony? It's like the whole South Park reference, right? Because I pick up on your vibe. I pick up on your energy. So, of course, I would pull out something obscure that you'd be like, wait, I just watched that. I don't know that. I don't, like, I'm just in my own world doing my own thing, yet pull out something that is reliable. Judgment has been called by the universe. We are attending spiritual court, which transfers down to physical court. This is what people don't realize. Violating someone's free will, and I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again, but violating someone's free will violates spiritual law. So people that grape or lie, steal anything from someone, that does not just transfer to this realm, it transfers across. So all of the people that have done me really dirty and violated all of my boundaries, they are being held to a higher judgment. They just think like, oh, no one's going to care, or no, God cares. It's like, I do speak on a huge corporation that has violated my boundaries, and they feel like, oh, they can do it because they've got more money than God. They don't. And they will be shut down. Because they've been playing God for way too long in people's lives, and that is now up. That's a story I can talk about too, where I had said on a recorded call, I do not consent to this. And they still did it anyway. Yep, that's coming back up for review. I don't care how big you are, how much money you fucking think you have. Again, on the bottom of the deck, justice. It's all coming. This corporation that I speak on, they're involved in human trafficking. They've lost children on their flights. There was a big news article about that over the summer. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm pissed off. I'm stressed out. I'm ready for safety for everyone. For kids, women, children, men, animals. Yeah. Yeah. Mother of Wands. As I split the deck. Yeah. I know my phone's about to die, and I know I need to go pretty soon. But, it's one of those, I can't tell you how much I hate Ace of Cups. So we're getting that emotional happiness, that love, that wish fulfillment. And people say, oh, well, that's not logical, whatever. When I say that, like, I hate dropping my kids off because I never know if I'm going to get them back, that's happened. Where he has withheld my kids and I didn't know if I was ever going to get them back or see them again. So when people say, oh, well, that's not a real fear. No, it is. He has withheld my kids from me intentionally. He has sent them across the country to the people that have abused me. And the people that have abused me aren't above hurting children. So I am afraid that every time those kids leave, that they're never coming home. Because I'm afraid that that person, those people are going to hurt my kids. And no matter how much I've tried to stop it, right? Law enforcement won't do shit. Lawyers won't do shit. The judges are corrupt. I want my kids safe. And every time I've tried to, they've tied my hands. So. Okay, all that shuffling, justice again on the bottom. Let's see. Okay, let's get that out of there. That is not on the bottom anymore. Let's see where it pops up again. See if it jumps on the bottom. Okay, no, but I love that. Okay. The Chariot wants to keep coming out now, though. Like. I shouldn't have to worry this hard as a mom about their father potentially hurting them or not taking care of them. And when I said, like, hey, I will take care of them, he has bound me from every way of doing it. And I just don't know anymore. Anyway, okay. I gotta go. I'm at 2%. I will talk to you guys soon. I may come back later. I don't know. I need to charge my phone. It's been a crazy afternoon. I may need to go try and figure something out. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay? If you can donate to my ministry, please help. It's Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Buy me a coffee, because I need one. I don't know. Buy me a massage. I need a fucking massage. I need so much right now, but especially a massage. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, bye.